Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Today we are talking about how to weave your customers' dreams. What does that mean? It means going the extra mile to make your customer or client's experience mind-blowing. Shout out to Powdered Toast Man and shout out to Janet Tizu for giving us this little Powdered Toast Man. I know I talk about it on every episode, but it's so damn cute. All right, now let's stay focused. Today's episode is about what?
So I just, I love when he goes from radio show host to with just me just talking. It's like, all right, so I was doom scrolling one day on TikTok. And I came across something that was really interesting. And so I'm just going to let you, I'm screen recording this. So I'm going to let you kind of like read through this a little bit and let the audience read through this. So I'm just going to play it and let you kind of go through it and read it. Okay, so I'm going to also preface this by saying, on our last episode, we were talking about like creating blue oceans and how to make yourself different and competing. And the big thing here is how to make yourself different. And like the big part of it is allocating budget in a certain way that's not normal, right? And potentially not recommended. Now,
yeah, they went outside. They traveled the road less traveled. I believe in that.
So this guy took 5% of top line and reinvested it into these guys called dream weavers. And now if you've ever eaten at a very high-end restaurant, you've experienced something like this, right? Where people will have you ever watched the show Bear? Yeah, The Bear. Yes. So a dream weaver in this sense is someone who specifically knows you, understands your preferences. It's almost like the top of the line concierge at certain restaurants, right? That will help make the experience more personable and make the impression of the restaurant lasting. And so this guy put 5% of his revenue into creating this atmosphere for people. Yeah. The dream weavers.
Are we going to have this beat on the episode?
Yeah, why not?
Is this a royalty free?
I mean, if it is royalty free,
I like this
just
beat.
Take it out.
Put this on the episode.
So, Will Guidara, 11 Madison Park. So he owns 11 Madison Park, which is it's a restaurant in New York, and it was hemorrhaging money. Fancy restaurant, whatever. You can read all this stuff. So we came into this business and it was not that good, right? It was hemorrhaging money, wasn't doing well, not seeing a lot of revenue. He did what any normal business owner would do buying a business. He made sure he tracked all the costs and focused on the P&L and made sure that there was some money coming in and it wasn't hemorrhaging and losing money, burning cash. So he focused on 95% of the business. I hate how I'm just read through this and then we'll talk about it, I guess, because I hate how I'm just like talking about it through this.
He called it as foolish. Okay. Guest mentioned missing Swiss bagels. Dreamweaver caught.
That's the main purpose of it, is making the experience in the restaurant just unforgettable. So guest missing Swiss bagels, whatever. They literally went on a flight to get these fresh bagels and flew back.
Being different, that's amazing.
Anniversary, a couple mentioned met at a hot dog cart, and Peep went to the hot dog cart and got it, and the $400 meal became a lifetime memory. This aspect of, if you're in like any, you could use this in any type of business, right? It's that aspect of like going way far out of the way, having a budget to go so far out of the way to make sure that the experience at your place of business is unlike any other.
Oh yeah.
Customer experience is so important that this guy put 5% of his revenue just to do that. And like I said, in the show The Bear, it's a perfect example. He was a chef that worked with very high-end chefs. He went to a culinary school, whatever, in Sweden. I don't know where it was, but he went somewhere to go to this culinary school, and he learned that aspect of, he saw it in action, right? Yeah. Or whatever. I'm not going to get into the whole show, but someone who he's close with saw how someone at a very high-end restaurant treated their customers and made the customers feel so welcomed and had this extraordinary experience.
Nothing.
Go ahead. No, I'm explaining what the significance of this, and like creating an experience for your customers that is just so long lasting and hard hitting that they just keep coming back.
That's what I had to do, and no disrespect to anybody and their personality, but what I noticed in my industry was the industry was filled with very just different people, just people who, let me explain. What I noticed is in my industry, there was a lot of like nitpicky, non-big picture thinking types. Very, very abrasive, very, very entitled, and just I was like, wow, how does that make their clients feel? You know, and I've interacted with a few just under pressure through certain partnerships or whatever. And let's say somebody's already working with an agency, and I get on the phone with these guys and girls, and I'm like, wow, what the fuck is going on? I can't relate. I can't even, because I put myself in the client's shoes, but I get it. Everybody's different. But what I did to position myself, I don't want to just shit on people here. What I did to position myself like that restaurant did was I wanted to be very different. I didn't sweat the small stuff. I didn't nickel and dime. I didn't huff and puff if a client asked me to do something. Oh, it's not in the contract. Who gives a shit? If you have a loyal client that is there year over year over year with you, and they renew and they upgrade and they stick with you, and they ask you to do something, it could be something as crazy and left field as, oh, geez, you got a video production crew on staff. My daughter is having her 5th birthday party. Can you come by and shoot something really cool? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'll bring the fucking balloons.
It's true though.
But what I'm trying to say is I go the extra mile. It's absolutely unlike people in the industry who are like, no, it's not yet. I will film you whatever you want. What do you want me to do? I had one time I had a client. They no. Take it easy. Too much supplements. I'm looking at some here. No, listen. I'm being kind of funny, just joking. Like, listen, if the client asks me to do something, I will find every way to help them.
Added value.
Exactly. Thank you. Added value. Jake hit the nail on the head. It's about driving value. So this restaurant had to pivot and be different. And then somebody recommended, well, why don't you carry Swiss bagels? Well, you know what? No, I'm going to get those Swiss bagels.
But the thing is that they would listen to their conversations, and then they would write down notes, and they would say, hey, these people like this, and they fucking flew out and did that. Now, to top off this story about Will, he ended up selling this hemorrhaging restaurant for over $500 million.
Wow.
He went out and started his own consulting agency where he taught the 95 to 5. And now it looks like Southwest Airlines, Nordstrom, Amazon. He works with all these different companies because of the unreasonable hospitality, which is now a book as well.
That's great.
So it's like just doing something so different.
I might actually download that book.
But this is the thing, is going the extra mile. Just
yes, I'm a big believer in that.
It's so important.
So I'm going to give you another example. I had a client that was a little bit not so tech savvy, and I had somebody on my staff that was very, got a little shot of berries. So I had a client that was not tech savvy, and he, He was trying to work with his Apple products. And I had somebody on my staff that was pretty close to an Apple genius. Then they go to the store and you say, hey, I can't figure this out, and they figure it out for you. I had somebody on my payroll that knew how to do this stuff. They were asking me questions. Of course, they could go to the Apple store and be helped. But they asked me the question. I was like, yeah, I got a guy on my staff that can help you. Whatever. Helped him with his laptop. Helped him with all his mobile devices. Didn't send him a bill. He was a very good client of ours. I was like, yeah, man, I'll send somebody by. No problem. When you show your clients that love, when you show your clients that consideration, when you show your clients that appreciation for them even choosing you as a vendor, provider, consultant, whatever, you need to show some love back. That was is my version of putting a twist. It doesn't mean I'm going to do something insane and out of line, but if it's not a big deal, don't sweat it. Don't make it a big deal, because the type of appreciation you get back from a client, customer, just showing a little bit of support and not being such a douche. I hate using the word, but just fucking do it. Just cut the shit.
And now
and cue Michael Jordan.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
And now out of that as well, not only comes the appreciation and they stick around forever and they become a loyal customer or whatever it may be, but it genuinely turns into a potential new business. It turns into new opportunities, more revenue, more this, more that.
And it separates.
We had something recently that happened that we went the extra mile and we built a service offering out of scratch for one of our clients because they said, hey, I really would like to have this. Can you guys do this for me? I said, yes, absolutely. Give me a month. We did it. And that's what turned into NavGen.
Oh, yeah.
It turned into a completely new business, right? And so, that is another perfect example of going out of your way. It doesn't just, you don't just get appreciation out of it. It'll genuinely set you up to have long-term clients, good customer loyalty, a lot of return customers. That customer service is all the customers need in order to stick around for a long time.
Yes.
And if your competition comes around, they're not going to be nothing because they're going to come to you to ask if you can do this, or to ask if it's just that loyalty that you build, that trust that you build with your customers is so important.
The only way you couldn't do something if it was extremely cost prohibitive. I get it. It's a business. There's checks and balances. I understand. But sometimes if it's something that's outside of what was agreed to, but that customer means so much to you, then just
become their dream weaver.
Do it. Exactly. Become their dream weaver. Don't be abrasive. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give a shout out to our sponsor, NavGen. Cue the commercial.
God, it is so hard to find roofs that actually need a repair or replacement. I wish there was a better way than sneaking into someone's house.
Bro, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find us roofs that we can replace.
Bro, use NavGen.
What?
Use NavGen. It's where accuracy meets opportunity. NavGen combines AI vision and aerial imaging to find roofs that need repair or replacement in your target area. So now when you
Yes, exactly. It's like what?
Cue the kid.
Let's just
Let's
just chill.
No.
You could.
It's been a long week. Friday.
I know it's Monday.
Man.
We got the Mondays.
I know it does not feel like fucking Monday at all whatsoever. This whole weekend I was waiting for Monday to come around.
So if you can think outside the box, if you are trying to succeed in business, think what would that customer dream of? What would they love? What would they appreciate? And when you're putting your business model together, right? And you implement some things that are mind-blowing, like Swiss bagels, just do it. and see how the market responds to it, right? That's how you separate yourself. So the key in business, if you want to make sure that you are weaving the dreams.
No, you want to
slow down.
I genuinely believe that you can have a mediocre product, but if your customer service is fucking top notch, you can do very well.
Okay.
Like, I genuinely believe that, because like I've been in situations where customer service breaks or makes the business. People purchase more things on Amazon because of the way you can return things, because of all the things because of its customer service. Nordstrom, you can return anything. It's customer. They literally the things that were on. The thing is like, I'll buy a product, and if it's mediocre, but the customer service is amazing, I'll likely return to that product. You could have a really good product, but shitty customer service. There are, I recently dealt with this. I dealt with a big tech company, and their customer service was trash. And I don't want to go back to that company because I had a really bad experience. Thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please see you next time. Peace out.